So today is the second last day, and we're just trying to figure out what happened this week. What did we learn? What were all the different steps we took, and what are the different effects and scenes that work and that we could recreate for the presentation tomorrow?
What is the difference between making the real blackouts and the whistle thing? Is also the thing about putting the responsibility onto the audience and making them have a choice and realizing that they have a choice. So this interactive thing is not only the physical thing that they close and open their eyes, but also the relationship that it creates between them and you and the material and the stage. This special position to put them in.
Yeah. And also that without them there, of course it's the same with any performance, but this one we really need them for any of this material to work. And a lot of our ideas are quite abstract. We're not creating like concrete theater performances or scenes. Material. And so it's really about what they put together. And this is the biggest challenge in that we're trying to figure out, if I do this and then I do this, does it mean that? And if I do this and I don't show all of this, but I only show the other bit, do they see the middle? Do they really experience the stuff I'm not showing them? And this became one of our biggest questions, actually. We've gotten some answers along the way, but because we 7 days, in some ways it's a lot, but in other ways it's nothing, because we have things like this happening. And sometimes there's distractions.
Interacting so much with the audience and asking them questions on what has surprised you the most about how audience react and how they think and about what you do?
For me, it was that I suppose, I don't know if it surprised me, but I didn't really believe it, that the audience has to connect everything. They have everything you do, no matter if I have 4 narratives or I'm in my mind as I'm creating like lots of different stories. They're trying to find the logic, what puts them all together as one piece. And they're always looking for this. They can't stop looking for this. And this is something we're kind of struggling with, but now we're more accepting. Because I was just thinking, no, we're doing it wrong. We have to make the narratives more separate from each other. They need to be identified easier. But actually, I think we just need to build the piece that it's just going in blocks, and each block is evolving into the next one, rather than everything being mishmashed together. That's what surprised me most. Another interesting thing we found out is there's around 10% of people who can't follow the rule.
Oh yeah.
Who just, no matter how you see them trying to keep up with it, or maybe their mind is wandering all the time, but they just can't get it.
Yeah.
And you see them like failing again and again and again, no matter
like
what they try. They're always doing it at the wrong moment, or they just forget to open, or they forget to close, or I don't know what's going on.
You're comparing it to people who really cannot get into their heads what is left and what is right.
So again, when I blow it, close your eyes. When I blow again, yeah. Perfect. So this was kind of interesting. These unintentional cheaters.
Yes.
But they're not really cheating, because actually they're just not doing the right thing. They're just lost.
But they're maybe the whole time feeling like they're doing it wrong.
Do they? I mean, they're aware of...
Yeah.
At one point, yeah. And I think often they blame me as well. I don't think they necessarily blame themselves.
No, the first
I think
time,
they just don't enjoy it. They think this isn't fun.
This
Everyone
isn't
else
working.
knows what they're doing. I don't. I want to go home.
Experiment over. It's not working.
That's great.
The end.
All these little moments you can't predict, and and also that when we can really get into it, that we can construct a piece to take in those moments as well, to let them be a part of it, and let this unpredictableness to just give it even more life rather than more mess, which it is at the moment. And like that, you can't say, if I do this, if everyone follows it perfectly, it'll be great, because generally people don't follow it perfectly, and sometimes it's fine. They just look around and they figure out where they are. Or, I mean, there are the cheaters, the people who like to cheat, and that's also fine. I actually enjoy those people being in the audience, because as long as they're only no more than 20% max. Otherwise, you need at least half the people who really do what they're told to do.
But the crucial thing isn't necessarily what they then do. I mean, if they look or not, if they cheat or not, it's to bring them to understand that they have a choice. I think also is a step that needs to be figured out how to take for this to become what it can be. So, yeah.
I think a really interesting thing is that the results of the experiment is sort of have a different focus than what I expected. I expected it to be more about, I don't know, different kinds of dramaturgy and storytelling, and how to and as you say, how to use cinematographic techniques and theater and all that to be sort of an experiment with form and structure, and it is. But actually, the
juicy
most,
part.
yes, the most interesting results are about human perception.
Yes.
That's really been surprising.
Yeah. And
why we see what we see, or not see, what we notice, what we don't notice, how we react.
Yeah, how we take part.
Yes.
How we take responsibility.
Yeah,
how we,
And I think it's only, and also, but all these other things you mentioned, all the form, the techniques, these have to be super clean and super effective to really give room to put in all this other stuff in a controlled way, that it's not just random. Because when everything's sharp, then you can start playing with it. Throw a ball over your head and clap when it hits the ground.
without seeing it. Over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, yeah! You don't know that you can...
I didn't know I could do that.
No, exactly. It was the same with me.
Oh, that's just something we can do.
Yeah.
This is because you
You're
kind of
nothing
know,
special.
and you weren't. And it's funny because you weren't even looking at the ball; you're just throwing it. So you know what? If I give this much force, things go that far.